Hi guys, welcome back for another look at the Star Trek The Official Starships collection. I now have before me issue 41, the Klingon Raptor from Star Trek Enterprise. So we have our magazine and we have our ship here. So we'll put this aside and let's take a look. So here's the magazine. Great image on the cover there as usual. Let's see, specifications. It is Raptor class, launched in the 22nd century, and it is 145 meters long with 4 decks. So we turn the page there. Shows us how to attach our stand as usual, along with some more basic information. It is considered a scout ship, constructed again in the 22nd century, 145 meters long, 4 decks, with a crew of approximately 12, and disruptors and photon torpedoes for weaponry. So we turn the page and we have a awesome image of the ship here, as well as some basic text and info about it. More screenshots from the episode, I believe, Sleeping Dogs, and some more text about the ship. And the diagram page showing where things are. And here's a section on the actual episode of the same name, Sleeping Dogs. Talks about the Klingons having more of an involvement in Star Trek Enterprise in the second season, first and second season. And more screenshots. And more text and information. And here's a section on the designing of the Klingon Raptor. And this image here at the top, I believe, is the first image or glimpse that we ever saw of a Klingon ship since really Voyager. This is the first Klingon ship that we would have seen in a long time. And it ironically wasn't even in action. It was kind of sinking in an atmosphere of a gas giant. So there's that picture there. Some conceptual artwork there, as well as some, I believe, some final rendering images there. And our on-screen appearance page, I believe, it only appeared in Sleeping Dogs. I don't know if it's appeared in any other episodes of Enterprise or not. It's only been in Enterprise, of course, because Enterprise is the prequel series. It's never appeared on any of the other Star Trek shows or movies. And it was, of course, designed by John Eaves. A little piece of trivia. The captain of the Raptor seen in Sleeping Dogs, I believe it was called, what was it called? The Sam-Ra, the Klingon Raptor Sam-Ra. He was a captain, seen there. Star Trek fans, or familiar Star Trek fans, will recognize his face as none other than Bon Armstrong, the Star Trek man of 1,000 faces, as they say, because he has played Klingon, Cardassian, Hirogen, Borg, and some other races on Star Trek. So he's a familiar Star Trek actor, but with half a dozen different races under his belt. So yeah, and also, excuse me. Wow, 4 times the charm, so excuse me. And also in this episode we saw a Targ pit. So we got to see some Targ, so Klingons keep live food on their ship. So anyway, that's the magazine for the Klingon ship. Next up will be the USS Pasteur, seen from All Good Things, the final episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. So I look forward to sharing that with you. On the back we have our image of the ship there, and there's our magazine. So let's put it aside. and get to the ship. Here it is, the usual box. Take it out. And my initial impression is it is cool. Really, really cool. I really like it. Actually, I like it a lot. It's a very menacing design, primarily metal with some plastic components. Has some weight to it. Nice detail there on the hull, if you can take a look. It even has the symbol of the Klingon Empire right there on the wing. It's got the impulse engines in the back, the warp nacelles on the end there. It's got your bridge module, command section, and the tubing that runs along the neck. Very, very cool. This is one of those ships that we would have never gotten outside of this Eaglemoss collection. This is from Star Trek Enterprise, probably the fan favorite, probably the least of the fan favorites out of all the series. And but you know, Enterprise had a lot of cool things in it. And one of the things that I liked the most about Enterprise, we got to see some really cool ships, you know, that predate the original series. So it was kind of awesome. And one of the things that I liked about Enterprise the most was we got to see these Klingon ships. And so when they announced, Eaglemoss announced the lineup of different ships that they were going to be doing, I was happy to see all the various Klingon ships from the Enterprise era included in the collection. So I'm really happy to have this now. And by now, those of us and those of you who subscribe to this collection on a monthly basis, or if you are just picking them up from your local magazine, comic book shop, or news agent, by now, this is issue, what, 41? And this is one of many Klingon ships we currently have in the collection. We have, of course, the Klingon Bird of Prey, which I believe was issue 203. We got the Vorcha class attack cruiser. We got the Katinga class battle cruiser. We got the what else did we get? We got the Klingon Bird of Prey, also from the Enterprise era. We now have the Klingon Raptor, which is this in front of me. And I believe in another couple of months, at least here in the States, we will be getting the Klingon, the Negvar, which is the Klingon flagship seen on Deep Space Nine in The Way of the Warrior and subsequent episodes. But viewers will also note that that ship appeared in All Good Things, the Next Generation finale, as a futuristic Klingon ship. Interesting that they would adopt that design much later on, but we'll get to that when we receive the ship at the time. So yeah, this is one of many Klingon ships, so I'm happy to have a growing Klingon fleet here. It's a really good model, as I've said. I can't say that I have any real gripes about it. Yeah, I can't really say there's any complaints about it. I'm very, very happy with it. This is one of the ones that I was looking forward to. And it just looks great. They really did a good job, and thank you and a special kudos to Eaglemoss for including it. So there's our Klingon ship, the bottom. Got the side view there. Got the top view there. Got our back. Have our front. And there it is. So that is the Klingon ship. And of course it comes with a stand, which had the name on the bottom. So that was the Klingon Raptor. Next up, I'll be looking at the USS Pasteur, which is also here. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys all on the flip side. Live long and prosper.